Inner dialogue. You'll learn to harness the power of your words to manifest a life of abundance, success and happiness. Your journey begins with understanding the fundamental principle that the universe is a reflection of our innermost thoughts and phrases. Like echoes in a huge canyon, your inner monologue reverberates across the universe, coming back to you as actual occurrences and situations. This book guides you to change negative thought patterns by teaching you the technique of conscious contact with the universe and yourself. Into affirmations of your desired reality. You are going to learn how to create a positive and empowering inner narrative by participating in a series of practical exercises and listening to various inspirational experiences. Techniques for consciousness and self-awareness will be taught to you, which will assist you in monitoring and modifying the discourse that occurs within your mind. Each chapter introduces principles of the law of attraction, showing you how to align your words with your intentions and how this alignment influences your life's trajectory. Inner Talk also looks into the science behind the vibrational nature of words and thoughts, explaining how they resonate with the energy fields around us. You will discover how to use this knowledge to create a vibrational match for the things you aspire to achieve and attract. By changing your frequency through positive speech, you initiate a powerful shift that propels you toward your goals. Additionally, this book emphasizes the importance of gratitude and verbal affirmations in maintaining a high vibrational state. You will be equipped with daily practices that encourage you to speak words of appreciation and affirmation, thereby strengthening your connection with the universal flow of abundance. Moreover, Inner Talk explores the transformative power of mantras and declarations in overcoming obstacles and reinforcing self-belief. You will learn to craft powerful statements that act as catalysts for change and growth, embedding these mantras into your subconscious to continually work towards manifesting your desired outcomes. By the end of Inner Talk, you will not only understand the significance of your words but also possess the tools to use them as instruments of power and creation. Are you ready to change your dialogue and thereby change your life? Let this book guide you through each step of refining your inner talk, aligning your speech with the universe and unlocking the extraordinary potential within you. Did you know that the language you use, especially when talking to yourself, can drastically shape your life's trajectory? This isn't about simple pep talks or daily affirmations, but rather an exhaustive understanding of your internal dialogue, its patterns and its profound impact on your mental health and overall well-being. Stick around and we'll explore how to identify and challenge negative thought patterns, incorporate gratitude and use visualization techniques to transform your inner speech. In doing so, you'll uncover a powerful tool for self-improvement, resilience and ultimately life transformation. For more information about the ebook version of this audio, check the video description or visit audiobooksoffice.com. We notice that 69% of you who listen to our video are not yet subscribed to the channel. Please help support the channel by hitting the subscribe button and liking the video. Thanks for inspiring us to create more content for you. Chapter 1: Understanding Self-Talk. Every single day you engage in a constant internal dialogue that greatly impacts your feelings, behavior and overall mental health. This internal conversation, referred to as self-talk, is an essential part of your daily life. It's the voice inside your head that guides your actions, influences your mood and shapes your perception of the world. Understanding self-talk isn't just about acknowledging its existence, it's about being aware of its nature, its influence and its potential for personal growth. It's analytical, like a microscope that helps you zoom into your thoughts. It's empathetic, like a companion that shares in your joys and sorrows, and it's motivational, like a coach that pushes you to pursue and excel. The nature of your self-talk can be either positive or negative. It's positive when you encourage yourself, believe in your abilities and maintain a hopeful outlook. It's negative when you belittle yourself, doubt your capabilities and envision a gloomy future. Your self-talk influences how you think, feel and act. It can either lift your spirit or weigh you down, make you happy or sad and lead you to success or failure. Recognizing the power of self-talk enables you to harness its potential for self-improvement. You can train your mind To engage in positive self-talk which can boost your confidence, enhance your mood and improve your performance. So be mindful of your self-talk, listen to it, understand it and make it work for you. Chapter 2, Types of Inner Dialogue. Delving into the types of inner dialogue, you'll find that it's not a one-size-fits-all phenomenon. Your internal conversations are as unique as your fingerprint, tailored by your experiences, perspectives and individuality. It's crucial to understand this diversity as it's the key to modifying your inner talk for personal growth. First, there's positive self-talk. This is the encouraging, affirming inner voice that propels you towards your goals. It's the I can, I will mantra that fuels your ambition and perseverance. Harness this power and you'll see a marked improvement in your confidence and outlook. Then there's instructional self-talk, often overlooked yet incredibly influential. This is your step-by-step guidance system, the voice that helps you navigate through tasks and challenges. Recognizing this type of dialogue can increase your productivity and problem-solving skills. Reflective self-talk, on the other hand, acts as your internal therapist. It's the dialogue that helps you process emotions, reflect on experiences and gain insight. Cultivating this dialogue can enhance your emotional intelligence and resilience. Lastly, there's critical self-talk. Now, don't confuse this with negativity. It's the voice that pushes you to improve, to question and to pursue excellence. It's not about self-deprecation but constructive criticism. Embrace this dialogue and you'll foster a growth mindset. Understanding these types of inner dialogue is the first step towards mastering your self-talk. Chapter 3, Identifying Negative Self-Talk. While understanding the different types of inner dialogue is a profound leap toward mastering self-talk, it's just as important to recognize when this dialogue turns negative. Negative self-talk is the internal chatter that belittles your abilities, highlights your flaws and predicts failure. It can sneak into your thoughts unnoticed, whispering doubts and fears that can hold you back. So how do you identify negative self-talk? Listen to your inner dialogue. Are you telling yourself you're not good enough? Do you often think you can't achieve your goals? If you're constantly putting yourself down, then you're caught in a cycle of negative self-talk. Identifying negative self-talk isn't always easy, as it's often disguised as realism or self-protection. You might think you're just being practical when you tell yourself not to aim too high so you won't be disappointed, but in reality it's not practicality but negativity holding you back. The first step to transforming your life through inner talk is to recognize these negative patterns. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. Note down your thoughts, especially when you're feeling upset or anxious. Look for patterns in your thoughts. Are they generally positive or negative? Chapter 4, The Science Behind Words. Words, the building blocks of our thoughts, wield more power than you might realize. You're not alone if this concept feels a bit unfamiliar. However, science has a lot to say about the profound influence that your words can have on your life. From a neuroscientific perspective, words aren't just symbols we use to express our thoughts, they're also tools that can shape our thoughts. You see, the words you choose to use can stimulate the release of chemicals in your brain. Positive words like love and joy can trigger the production of feel-good hormones like serotonin and oxytocin. On the other hand, negative words like hate and anger can stimulate stress hormones like cortisol. But that's not all. Cognitive scientists have shown that the words we use can shape our perception of reality. This is because our brains process linguistic information to make sense of the world around us. So when you change your words, you're fundamentally changing the way your brain interprets your experiences. So what does this mean for you? Well, it suggests that by changing your inner dialogue you can profoundly transform your life. It's not just a motivational catchphrase, it's a scientifically proven fact. You have the power to reprogram your mind to create a more positive, empowering narrative. It all starts with understanding and harnessing the power of words. Chapter 5, Impact on Mental Health. The impact of your inner dialogue on your mental health can't be overstated. It's like a soundtrack playing in your head, influencing your mood, beliefs and actions. It can be your greatest ally or a relentless critic, depending on how you use it. Do you realize that your mind listens to your Words internalizes them and generates responses. You're fundamentally programming your reality with every thought you entertain. Your inner dialogue can be a powerful tool for enhancing your mental health. It can help build resilience, instill optimism, and bolster self-esteem. Positive self-talk can help you maintain a healthy mental state even when life throws curveballs at you. But just as it can uplift you, negative inner talk can take a toll on your mental health. It can breed insecurity, anxiety, and depression. Constant self-criticism can erode your self-esteem and cause you to doubt your abilities. It's a vicious cycle, one that you might even realize you're in. Your mental health is precious. It's the foundation of your overall well-being, so it's worth investing time and effort into nurturing positive inner talk. It's hard, it's a process, but it's absolutely possible. Chapter 6: Recognizing Negative Patterns. Initially, you need to identify the negative patterns in your inner dialogue. It's a process, yes, but it's essential to your personal growth. Chances are you've gotten so used to the way you talk to yourself that you don't even realize when it's harmful. But don't worry, you're not alone in this. We all have patterns that cloud our thoughts. Start by observing your thoughts without judgment. You're not aiming for perfection here, you're aiming for awareness. Pay attention to your responses to situations, your feelings and your thoughts. Notice when you're being overly critical, when you're downplaying your accomplishments, or when you're predicting the worst. These are classic signs of negative self-talk. The next step is to note down these instances. It might seem tedious, but it's incredibly helpful. When you write them down, you create a tangible record of your thoughts. This way you can clearly see the patterns and understand their impact on your mood and actions. Once you've recognized these patterns, you've taken a pivotal step towards transformation. Now it's time to challenge them. Ask yourself, is this thought realistic? Is it helpful? What evidence do I have that this thought is true? This way you're not just passively accepting these thoughts, you're actively questioning them. Chapter 7: Common Self-Talk Traps. Having questioned your negative thought patterns, you're now ready to explore some common self-talk traps. These traps can be subtle and deeply ingrained, making them challenging to recognize and even harder to escape from. Firstly, you may be falling into the trap of all or nothing thinking. You view situations in absolute black and white categories, leaving no room for the shades of gray that life often presents us with. You've got to remember that life isn't binary, it's full of nuances and complexities. Secondly, you might be overgeneralizing. You base your view of an entire situation or your whole self on a single event or characteristic. One mistake doesn't define you or your capabilities. It's vital to isolate incidents and understand that they don't reflect your complete self or the broader context. The third trap is the SH statements. You chastise yourself with what you should or shouldn't have done, placing unrealistic expectations on yourself. Remember, you're human and it's okay to make mistakes. Learn from them and move on. Lastly, you might be personalizing. You blame yourself for anything that goes wrong even when it's not in your control. Recognize that you can't control everything and that it's not healthy or productive to assume all the blame. Navigating these traps isn't easy, but understanding them is the first step towards transforming your inner talk. Your speech can indeed transform your life, so start by being kinder to yourself in your thoughts. You're capable and deserving of positive self-talk. Chapter 8: Reframing Negative Thoughts. Why let negative thoughts dominate your mind when you can reframe them into positive ones? It's natural to experience negative thoughts, but the impact they've on your life is determined by your reaction to them. You're not alone if you found yourself stuck in a cycle of negative thinking. It's a common struggle, but it's also one you can overcome. Reframing negative thoughts is about changing your perspective. It's not about denying the existence of negative situations or feelings, but rather about seeking out the silver lining or the lesson to be learned. It's about turning "I can't do it" into "I'll find a way to make it work." Start by identifying your negative thoughts. This might seem overwhelming at first, but you'll soon notice patterns. Maybe you're hardest on yourself when you make mistakes, or perhaps you're quick to assume the worst in uncertain situations. Once you've pinpointed your patterns, challenge them. Ask yourself, is there evidence to support your negative thought? If not, it's time to reframe. Here's a quick example. You might think, "I'm not good at public speaking, I'll embarrass myself." Instead, try reframing that to, "Public speaking is a skill I'm still developing. With practice I'll improve." Reframing negative thoughts won't change your circumstances overnight, but it will start to change your mindset, and that's where true transformation begins. It's a powerful tool in your inner talk arsenal, and one that can dramatically enhance your life. Embrace the challenge and start reframing your thoughts today. You've got this. Chapter and the power of positive affirmations. Far from being just a trendy buzzword, positive affirmations are a tool with real power in shaping your inner dialogue. They're not just about wishful thinking or self-delusion, they're about consciously choosing words that will either help eliminate something from your life or help create something new in your life. Imagine you're constantly telling yourself, "I can't do this." This negative self-talk eventually becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. But what if you could flip the script, replacing "I can't" with "I can" or "I will"? Can have a profound impact on your mindset and your actions. Think of positive affirmations as your cheerleaders, always rooting for you even when things get tough. They're your personal pep talks, infusing you with the strength and determination to persevere. They're not a magic solution, but they can definitely boost your motivation and self-belief. Research backs this up too. Studies have found that self-affirmations can help reduce stress, improve well-being, and boost performance. So don't underestimate their power. Embrace them, use them, weave them into your daily routine. Start each day with a positive affirmation, reminding yourself of your strengths, your worth, and your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Chapter 10, Techniques for Mindful Speech. Your inner dialogue's tone can profoundly influence your actions and overall mindset. It's like a soundtrack playing in the background of your life, shaping your reactions and decisions. You might not even be aware of it, but it's there, nudging you towards positivity or pulling you down into negativity. Mastering mindful speech is about tuning into the soundtrack and consciously altering its tone. Start by listening without judgment. Take note of the words and phrases you often use in your self-talk. Are they encouraging or self-defeating? Do they reflect the reality, or are they tainted by fear and insecurity? This awareness is the first step towards transformation. Next, reframe your narrative. If you're used to negative self-talk, this might be challenging at first, but it's vital. Replace self-deprecating phrases with constructive ones. Instead of saying "I can't do this," say "I'll find a way to make this work." These small changes create ripples that can transform your entire perspective. Finally, practice consistency. Mindful speech isn't a one-time deal, but a habit you cultivate day by day. It's about consciously choosing words that lift you up even when life gets tough. Chapter 11, Daily Self-Talk Practices. Starting the day with positive affirmations can set a hopeful tone for the hours ahead. You might be thinking, "Is that it?" But don't underestimate the power of a positive phrase. It's like planting a seed in your mind. If you water it with belief and consistency, it'll grow, influencing your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Sure, it's easy to feel skeptical, however, let's consider the science behind it. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections, has shown that consistent positive self-talk can actually rewire your brain to think more positively. So how do you practice this? First, identify a few affirmations that resonate with you. They should be positive, personal, and in the present tense. It could be as simple as "I am capable," or more specific like "I am becoming more confident in my public speaking skills." Next, make it a daily habit. You could say them aloud while brushing your teeth, write them in a journal, or mentally repeat them during your commute. The key is consistency. Remember, it's not just about saying the words, it's about truly believing in them. It might feel strange at first, but with time you'll start to notice shifts in your thoughts, feelings, and actions. This isn't a quick fix, it's a lifelong practice, but with patience and perseverance you'll find that your self-talk can indeed transform your life. Let's start cultivating your inner garden with seeds of positivity, one affirmation at a time. Chapter 12, Building Self-Compassion. Imagine stepping into a friend's shoes, comforting them in their moment of self-doubt or failure. You'd likely be kind, understanding, and compassionate, wouldn't you? Now consider applying the same tenderness to yourself. This is the essence of self-compassion, treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you'd extend to a loved one. Self-compassion isn't about ignoring your flaws or avoiding responsibility. It's about acknowledging your mistakes without letting them define you. You're human and you're bound to stumble. It's part of the journey. What matters is how you respond to these stumbles. Self-critical thoughts can be crippling, but self-compassion empowers you to rise and try again. Building self-compassion begins with awareness, with recognizing when you're being too hard on yourself. Listen to your inner dialogue. Would you speak to a friend the way you speak to yourself? If not, it's time to change the conversation. Replace self-criticism with self-compassion. Forgive yourself for your mistakes and celebrate your progress, however small. Chapter 13, Role of Gratitude. Embrace the power of gratitude in your life. It's not just an attitude, it's a tool that can profoundly transform your inner dialogue. You see, gratitude goes beyond saying thank you. It's a deep sense of appreciation that can change the way you perceive and navigate your world. It's a powerful emotion that can literally rewire your brain, leading to enhanced empathy, reduced aggression, and improved mental strength. Gratitude has a way of shifting your focus from what's missing in your life to what's already present. It helps reduce the habit of overthinking as it encourages you to focus on the good stuff. You start seeing opportunities instead of problems, solutions rather than obstacles. This subtle shift in perspective can make a big difference in your overall happiness and satisfaction. But here's the catch: gratitude doesn't happen overnight. It requires consistent practice. It's about making a conscious effort to count your blessings, no matter how small they seem. Start by keeping a gratitude journal each day. Jot down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big things. It could be a smile from a stranger, a compliment from a coworker, or a beautiful sunset. The key is to acknowledge these moments and appreciate them. Chapter 14, Visualization Techniques. While nurturing an attitude of gratitude can create a significant shift in your perspective, there's another powerful tool that can further enhance this transformation: visualization. It's a technique you've probably heard of, but maybe you've underestimated its potential. Let's plunge in and unravel its true power. Visualization is an age-old practice backed by modern science. It's about creating a mental image of your desired outcome or goal. It's not magic, but rather a cognitive tool that can help you believe in your capabilities, thereby making your goals seem reachable and less intimidating. It's like setting a roadmap for success in your mind. Let's say you're feeling anxious about a presentation you have to give. Instead of letting negative thoughts consume you, try visualizing yourself giving the presentation with confidence and poise. Picture the room, the audience's positive reactions, and the sense of relief and accomplishment you'll feel afterward. This simple exercise can shift your mindset from fear to confidence, and your inner talk will follow suit. Visualization isn't just about seeing the outcome, it's about feeling it, believing in it. It's about involving all your senses to create a vivid mental picture. But remember, visualization isn't a substitute for action, it's a tool to enhance your actions, to prime your mind for success. So give it a try. Let your inner talk reflect your visualized goals and watch how your life begins to transform. Visualization has the power to turn your inner talk into a motivational speaker. Chapter 15, Setting intentions. Setting intentions is a critical step in transforming your inner talk. It's where your journey truly begins. Like a ship setting sail, you need a destination, a purpose. Your intentions are that purpose. They're not just lofty dreams or vague wishes, they're concrete goals that you can work towards. It's not just about setting random goals, though. It's about aligning those goals with your core values and beliefs. It's about asking yourself, what do I truly want and why do I want it? For instance, if you're constantly berating yourself about your your intention might be to cultivate a more loving relationship with your body. But remember, intentions aren't magic spells. They aren't going to change your life overnight. They're a commitment you make to yourself, a promise to steer your thoughts and actions in a certain direction. They a compass guiding you through the maelstrom of negative self-talk and towards a more positive, empowering narrative. Setting intentions also involves visualization. Picture yourself achieving your goals. Feel the joy, the satisfaction. Let these positive emotions fuel your determination. Let them transform your inner dialogue. It's not easy, of course. Your old habits of thought won't just disappear, but with time, patience, and practice, you'll start to notice a shift. Ultimately, setting intentions is about taking control of your inner talk, about choosing to nourish rather than neglect, to uplift rather than undermine. It's about transforming your relationship with yourself. One thought at a time, so go ahead, set your intentions. Your journey starts here. Chapter 16, Cognitive Restructuring. A significant part of your journey to transform your inner talk involves cognitive restructuring. It's about changing the way you think and consequently the way you speak to yourself. You're not alone in this journey. It can be challenging, but remember, it's a process and every step you take is a victory. Cognitive restructuring involves identifying and challenging irrational or negative thoughts, often known as cognitive distortions. These distortions can be deeply ingrained and automatic, but don't worry, with practice you can learn to recognize them. For example, you might often think, I'm a failure. This is an example of all or nothing thinking, a common cognitive distortion. It's not accurate or fair to define yourself by a single mistake or setback. Instead, try reframing it. I didn't succeed this time, but I've learned something valuable that can help me next time. You've got a powerful tool in your cognitive restructuring toolbox. The power of but, it's a small word that can make a big difference. It allows you to acknowledge the negative while also introducing the positive. I'm struggling with this, but I'm making progress. Remember, it's not about suppressing or ignoring negative thoughts. It's about acknowledging them, understanding them, and then reshaping them in a more balanced, realistic way. It's a transformative way of self-talking that can have a profound impact on your life. Keep going, keep practicing. You're reshaping your inner talk one thought at a time. You're doing great and you can do this. The journey to positive self-talk is a path worth walking. Chapter 17, Self-talk and Confidence. In your journey towards transforming your inner talk, an essential step forward is understanding the correlation between self-talk and confidence. It's a link that's more powerful than you might initially believe. Your internal dialogue forms the basis of your self-perception, shaping your confidence levels. Think of self-talk as your personal cheerleader. If it's positive, it boosts your confidence, pushing you to take on challenges and persevere in the face of adversity. It helps you believe in your abilities and see failures as opportunities for growth. On the other hand, negative self-talk can be a harsh critic, undermining your self-confidence. It can make you doubt your skills and abilities, leading you to avoid challenges. But remember, you're in control of your inner dialogue. You can change the narrative, shift your focus from negative to positive. Instead of saying, I can't do this, tell yourself, I can learn to do this. Encourage yourself just as you'd a good friend. Doing this consistently isn't easy, but it's worth the effort. As you change your self-talk, you'll notice a parallel shift in your confidence. You'll start to see yourself in a more positive light, feel more capable, and be more willing to take on challenges. Chapter 18, Emotional Regulation. Traversing the stormy seas of your emotions can feel overwhelming. It's like you're on a tiny boat in the middle of a tempest with waves of feelings threatening to capsize you. But don't despair, there's a way to navigate through this. We call it emotional regulation. Emotional regulation isn't about suppressing your feelings. You're human, you're allowed to feel. It's about understanding your emotions, acknowledging them, and managing how you respond to them. You can't control the waves, but you can learn to surf. Imagine you're upset about something. Instead of dwelling on your anger or sadness, you can say to yourself, I'm feeling really upset right now, and that's okay. I'll let myself feel this, but I won't let it control me. This is the first step to emotional regulation. By doing this, you're helping yourself to bear the brunt of your emotions without letting them take over your life. Next, try to understand why you're feeling this way. Are you upset because your expectations weren't met? Did someone hurt your feelings? Understanding the why helps you deal with the what. Then develop a plan. Maybe you need to communicate your feelings to someone, or perhaps you need to adjust your expectations. Whatever it is, having a plan gives you a sense of control. Chapter 19, Journaling for Self-Reflection. Drawing from the depths of your mind. Journaling for self-reflection serves as a powerful tool in your emotional regulation toolkit. It's more than just jotting down thoughts, it's a journey into your psyche, helping you unearth patterns, triggers, and different perspectives you might have noticed otherwise. It's a form of self-therapy that you can do anytime, anywhere. Imagine being able to have a Conversation with yourself. That's what journaling fundamentally is. It's you, your thoughts, and a piece of paper or a screen. If you're more digitally inclined, you can ask yourself questions, challenge your assumptions, and validate your feelings. Remember, this isn't a critique session, it's about understanding, accepting, and embracing your inner self. Now, one might wonder how to start. It's simple. Begin with what you feel. Are you happy, sad, anxious, excited? Write it down, then explore further. Why do you feel this way? What led to this emotion? This is where you start connecting the dots, understanding your emotional responses and their triggers. But remember, the aim isn't to judge or criticize, it's about understanding and growth. You're human, you're bound to make mistakes, feel things you can't explain. That's okay. Use your journal as a safe space to examine these emotions. You'll find that the more you write, the clearer your thoughts become and the better you understand yourself. Journaling for self reflection isn't just a task, it's a journey of self-discovery, a journey that can lead to a more fulfilling, self-aware life. Chapter 20: Supporting Self-Talk with Actions. Just as journaling taps into your inner dialogue, actions give volume to your self-talk. They're the physical manifestations of your thoughts, amplifying what's within and projecting it outwards. Understanding and harnessing this connection can utterly transform your life. Imagine your self-talk as a script for a play. It sets the scene, describes the characters, and outlines the plot, but without actors to perform it, the script remains lifeless. Words on a page. Your actions are the actors. They bring the script to life, turning abstract thoughts into tangible realities. It's crucial thus to verify your actions align with your self-talk. If you're consistently telling yourself "I am strong," but you avoid challenges or share from adversity, you're sending mixed signals. Your actions aren't supporting your inner dialogue, and it can lead to confusion and self-doubt. Conversely, if your actions mirror your self-talk, powerful transformations can happen. Telling yourself "I can handle this challenge" and then facing that challenge head-on not only proves your self-talk to be accurate, but it also strengthens your belief in yourself. Each challenge met reinforces your self-talk, making it more potent and impactful. Chapter 21: Overcoming Self-Doubt. Overcoming self-doubt can feel like a monumental task. It's like climbing a mountain where the peak is often shrouded in mist. You're not alone in this struggle. Many people at various points in their lives grapple with self-doubt. The first step to overcoming self-doubt is acknowledging its presence. It's okay to feel uncertain. It's a natural human emotion. You're not flawed or weak for having self-doubt. Recognize it, understand it, but don't let it define you. Next, analyze the source of your self-doubt. Is it stemming from past failures, fear of judgment, or unrealistic expectations? Once you've identified the cause, you can start to challenge these negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Remember, your thoughts shape your reality. The power of positive self-talk can't be underestimated. Every day, remind yourself of your strengths, achievements, and potential. Celebrate your small victories and use them as stepping stones to overcome larger hurdles. You're much stronger and capable than you give yourself credit for. Finally, don't hesitate to seek support. Talk to trusted friends and family, or consider professional help. You're not expected to traverse this path alone. Now, building resilience is like constructing a fortress where each brick represents a challenge you faced and overcome. It's a process, sometimes grueling, but the outcome is a stronger, more fortified you. Each battle scar, each conquered fear adds to your resilience. You've been there before, haven't you? When life threw punches, you didn't just duck, you learned how to bob and weave. You've tasted failure and found its flavor bitter, but you didn't spit it out. Instead, you swallowed it, let it fuel you, and now you're seasoned in the art of bouncing back. Now, let's be clear. Resilience isn't about masking pain or ignoring challenges. It's about acknowledging the struggle, facing it head-on, and then using it to grow stronger. It's about using your inner talk to transform the narrative, to tell yourself "I can handle this" instead of succumbing to the fear of defeat. Think about how your speech can transform your life. Your words are powerful, aren't they? They can either build you up or break you down, so why not use them to strengthen your resilience? Tell yourself "I am resilient, I can overcome." Repeat it until it becomes your inner mantra. Chapter 22, Maintaining a Growth Mindset. You've built your resilience, it's now time to keep that momentum by maintaining a growth mindset. Cultivating a positive outlook is your key. It's not about constant happiness but resilience in the face of adversity. Overcoming mental roadblocks is equally essential. Remember, it's not the hurdles that define you but how you navigate them. Countless individuals have often found themselves ensnared in the trap of negative self-talk, which can severely hamper their growth and development. You aren't alone if you have experienced this. It's a common obstacle but one that can be overcome with conscious effort and a shift in perspective. The importance of cultivating a positive outlook can't be overstated. It's like planting a seed in fertile soil. It might need time and care but it'll eventually bear fruit. Your thoughts and words are powerful tools. They can either build you up or tear you down. By consciously choosing positivity, you're setting the stage for personal growth and success. Start by acknowledging your negative thoughts. Don't suppress them but don't let them control you either. Understand that they're just thoughts and you have the power to change them. Replace the negativity with positive affirmations. Embrace the belief that you're capable of growth, change and achieving your goals. This isn't about unrealistically ignoring any challenges but about approaching them with a can-do attitude and resilience in the journey of personal growth. Overcoming mental roadblocks is a pivotal step. It's all part of maintaining a growth mindset. We all have them, these invisible barriers that halt our progress. They're often based on past experiences, fear or self-doubt, but you're not alone and you're certainly not powerless to overcome these roadblocks. You first need to identify them. Are you afraid of failure? Do you doubt your abilities? Once you've pinpointed the issue, it's time to challenge it. Talk back to that inner voice saying you can't with a firm I can and I will. Breathe life into your ambitions with positive self-talk. It's not just about saying nice things to yourself, it's about believing them. You're capable, you're strong and you're deserving of success. Remember, growth isn't a straight path, it's a winding road with bumps and detours. Those roadblocks aren't there to stop you, they're there to strengthen you. Above all, be patient with yourself. Change is a process, not an event. Keep at it and before you know it, those roadblocks will be nothing more than milestones on your journey to personal growth. Chapter 23, Tracking Progress. Now let's pivot to the pivotal aspect of tracking your progress. It's not just about transforming your inner speech but also about measuring how far you've come in this journey. Delving into the domain of inner speech, you might find yourself wondering how to gauge your progress. It's natural to seek tangible markers of improvement, especially when you're investing time and effort into transforming your life. Firstly, pay attention to your feelings. Your emotions serve as a reliable barometer of your internal dialogues. If you're generally feeling more positive, calm and confident, it's a strong indication that your inner speech is becoming more uplifting and supportive. Next, monitor your reaction to stressful situations. If you find yourself handling stress with more grace and resilience, it shows your internal narrative is shifting towards empowerment and self-belief. Finally, observe the changes in your behavior and actions. The way you interact with people or approach tasks can often mirror your inner speech. Positive changes in behavior are a clear sign of progress. Embracing the power of self-talk can indeed be a game changer. It's not just about changing the words you say to yourself, it's about transforming your whole perspective, your mindset and ultimately your life. Think of self-talk as the lens through which you view the world. If it's positive, you'll see opportunities. If it's negative, you'll see obstacles. Your outlook influences your actions and your actions shape your life. To genuinely transform through self-talk, you need to monitor your progress. Start by noticing what you're currently telling yourself. Are you your own cheerleader or your own critic? Then gradually change your inner narrative. Replace negative phrases with positive affirmations. This won't happen overnight, but with consistency you'll notice a shift. Track this transformation. Keep a journal. Write down your thoughts, the changes you see. Celebrate your progress no matter how small. You're not just changing your words, you're Changing your life, and trust me, it's worth it. Chapter 24, Long-term benefits. Imagine the power of shifting your mindset and achieving personal growth through inner talk. It's not just about immediate wins but the lasting benefits that can truly transform your life. Embrace the journey because you're worth the long-term rewards. While you may initially struggle to make changes in your inner dialogue, remember that every effort you put in now will yield profound long-term benefits. Mindset shifts might seem intimidating, but it's a process that's worth every ounce of your energy. It's like learning a new language of self-love and empowerment, only this time the language is inside you. Imagine waking up each day feeling prepared, able and excited to face whatever comes your way. That's the power of a transformed mindset. It's not just about positive thinking, it's about changing your perspective on life's challenges. It's about seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. It's okay to stumble along the way. Don't beat yourself up over a negative thought that slips in. Instead, acknowledge it, learn from it, and then let it go. This is the essence of transformative inner talk. It's not about perfection but progress. How often do you consider the long-term benefits of personal growth? It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day grind, but taking a moment to reflect on your growth trajectory can yield profound insights. Personal growth isn't just about achieving short-term goals, it's about the journey, the learning, and the transformations that lead to a more fulfilled, authentic self. You can't rush personal growth. It's a lifelong process that requires patience, perseverance, and most importantly, self-love. Your inner talk plays a crucial role in this journey. So like a gardener tending to their plants, start nourishing your mind with constructive self-talk. Keep in mind that your words affects your reality. Instead of allowing negative ideas to impede your progress, work on developing resilience. Adopt a growth mentality and monitor your development. You'll be astounded how this shift in your inner dialogue can transform your life. So take charge now and turn your inner critic